Hey everyone. I know it's been a while since I've done a video. And I've been promising, yes, I'm going to do a video when I get in my front room. And thanks to my friend Rafe, who's here visiting to meet with me today. Want to say, hey, Rafe?
Hi guys.
Okay, he's coming over and I'm showing him how I do my art. And he's probably going to be helping me, and I hope, paint the room. And so that I can actually move all of this, and then I'll have all of this, and I'll have all of this with more room, so I'm not all cramped up. Anyway, today, um, I decided, I would show Rafe how I do things, and again, this is how I do things. So everyone has their own way, and I am starting this project, and I decided that this would be a mixed media project. So I find I like to do mixed media projects where I lay down a layer of resin, and then I'll do my acrylic work on that, and then I'll coat it with a top coat of resin. I use KS resin, and this bottle is almost empty, but I got a brand new one down there. Anyway, KS resin, I use the Ultra UV art resin. It works great for me. It has a decent working time. It's not as long as Stone Coat, but they say 45 minutes, but I've clearly gotten an hour um, using this resin. And my pieces come out with a glass finish, and I love it. Now today, I got a couple of new things. I got their casting resin, and this one is also a 1-to-1 mixed for 3 minutes, and it's the viscosity is a lot thinner, and it takes a longer time for it to dry depending upon your particular weather conditions, humidity, and so on and so forth, and your heat in your room. And then I decided to try this. This is KS Resin's new, they call it Lickety Split. They have a quick resin that has UV filters in it. And according to their website, it's dried. You can touch it after a couple of hours, and you can recoat in a couple of hours. So I'm just tried a little bit of this, just to let y'all know that I am an affiliate with KS Resin. If you use my code Resinista with a capital R, I will put a link in for you to follow, and you will get 5% off your order. So there you go. If you'd like to try it. So I'm gonna move these guys over here, I think. All right. Now I've already mixed up my resin. Like I said, it's a 1-to-1 ratio, and I have been pouring resin for like 3 years now, and I still don't. It's embarrassing to say that I don't know how to use the measuring cup. And I even had Erica of Artist Till Death explain it to me in person, and I still didn't get it. So what I do is I have a measuring cup at my sink, and it has fluid ounces and it has milliliters on the other side. And that's important to me because sometimes when you're mixing up your resin, and if it's in regular ounces, if it's something like 5 ounces, an odd amount, it's very hard to break up, because all resin must be all the resin that I use is a 1-to-1 ratio. So they have to equal each other, and they need to be the correct. Otherwise, your resin might not even cure. So today, I've prepped this board, and this is a wood board. I did 2 coats of polyurethane, polyacrylic, and then I did 1 coat of spray gesso, and then I sprayed it with white spray paint, which is the matte variety, because gloss spray paint on resin tends to make it pit, or it could have like dips in it. It just depends on how you do it. You can mix spray paint into your resin without a problem, but if you just like lay a clear coat of resin over um, something that's glossy, it has a rougher time adhering to it. So now here's something else. Make sure you have your paper towels or your rag with lots of alcohol on it, so that you can wipe off your fingers when you need to. Do that beforehand. Um, And I also received the new Color Passion base cell white. Yep, that's right. Base cell white. And I'm going to use that, and I'm laying down a coat of this on this board and just letting it cure. I've been so excited to get this. I just like this and the chameleon powders. And I received this from artisttilldeath.com. Artist to Death has all of your resin needs, from substrates to paste to powders to glitters. They have the stones. They have shapes that they sell, wooden shapes that are cradled or uncradled. They do it all there. And so like they're really your one-stop resin shop. And the thing about it is lately they've been doing online classes where you can order through them the whole kit, and Erica and Jeff will go online live, and everything that you bought in the kit is what they use, so you can develop and create your very first resin piece. They're really great people. And okay, so for this amount of resin, you don't really need a whole lot of pigment. But I see this is really liquidy, so I'm gonna do a couple. And as you can see, my board, and you can zoom it in if you want and just put it down. Wow, this is liquidy. Okay. All right. One good point here. Never, when you're adding color to your resin, whether it's a powder or a paste or whatever it is, never stick it in the resin and put it back in your color. Okay, so now I'm going to mix this up. And also too, as you can see, there's a few places here where I sanded down. I've already prepped it with like 4 layers on the front and 2 layers on the back. And that's a very good point, is that whenever you're using a wood board of any sort, any kind of raw wood will degas when you lay resin on it if you don't seal it. So you must seal anything that is raw wood. So I can see this really mixed in very well. It's nice and opaque. And this is just going to be super simple. I'm going to pour this out. And I think I forgot to finish the thought. When I mix up my resin in my one little cup here, I will measure it 50-50 on my measuring cup outside in the kitchen, my regular kitchen measuring cup with water, and then I'll line it off. And that way, and then dry it up, and then that way I know how much of part A and part B to use. Figures, I forget. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, now I really didn't need to put them there. Okay. I'm going to move this over. Okay. Is this the one? Nope. Okay, now I'm going to take my torch. Handy dandy. And heat up the resin. And this is the part where it gets messy, and I almost flamed it up. How do you like that? Okay. Now for this, I'm just going to tilt. And I got a thing in it. And what this is going to do is create a nice, smooth, even surface for me to do the rest of my painting on. Okay, here we go. Here goes the hand. This is fun part. I like doing this. Put your it feels good. It's like so slick and smooth under your glove. Okay. These bottles are actually in the way. I got no room. I'll tell you what, can you put these on the floor for me?
Yeah.
Just like next to the other full resin. Thank you. Much better. I feel like I was going to knock them over. Okay, there we go. Super simple. You want to make sure your sides are well covered. Just run your hand along there. You'll feel that it's slippery. You'll be able to feel dry areas. And once you're actually done torching it and you're ready to, put it, seal it up in your dust-free zone, you want to run your stick on the underside. And I just learned this recently too. I should have known this one already, and it's true in acrylic pouring too, that wherever it is easier for it to flow is how it will flow. So if you can stop the drippage from underneath, it'll prevent it from continuing to drip. And right now this wouldn't matter much on this white piece, but if I had a design on here and all of a sudden it's like and it's going over because it found a pathway, it's going to keep going. And then you might come back hours later and see that your piece is actually ruined. That's just not good, because resin is expensive. Okay, I'm happy with that. Another thing for me is I do not use cheap paper towels. And the reason for that is because you're only getting your money's worth for what you pay. And when it comes to this, it's very sticky. So, okay, yeah, that's good for now. Now take it, I'm going to torch it again. And now I'm popping bubbles. Pop the bubbles along the side. See, and as you torch it, you'll see them appear again, like out of nowhere. And so what I'll do is I'll torch it like 2 or 3 times. I'll just like leave it sit for a little bit, and eventually I'll come back in here and I'll see, it's all full of bubbles, or it might have one bubble. And also too, gotta check for trash. So these bamboo skewers are real handy. And here's just a tip for me, because I have like 6 cats. And because I have 6 cats, I'll go ahead and I will change into a painting shirt and shorts that I haven't worn in my house all day long. Because that piece that I did the other day, it was like these cat hairs were coming out of nowhere. And even though I used a lint roller, and those are great to have too, is the lint roller. Sometimes they don't catch them all, because you actually do drag in cat hairs or dog hairs in through the air without even realizing it. Okay. Now this will take 24 hours to cure, but I find that even after 20 hours, I can touch it without a problem. Because who can wait all that time? I gotta see. Is it a hit or is it not? Did I blow it? See, I'm running the bamboo skewer around the edge. Ouch. Get it in the front. And one thing I didn't mention was leveling and how important it is to make sure your piece is leveled before you start out. And I did that. I didn't even show you, but I'll measure, I'll put the level on this way, and on a diagonal to make sure that, you know, everything is leveled, because I do have them sitting up on cups. And that, you know, just so that I've kept it up high enough. There's a little thing right here I'm not liking. And the good thing about resin, it's very forgiving. So anything like this here, I can come along. I mean, this isn't the only layer of resin it's going to have. I'm going to be doing acrylic work on it once this cures. So I can go ahead and hit these sides with some paint before I go any further. And I will do that if it comes out where I can see wood through here, because I'm not doing wood through here. Okay, so I guess I'm done. I'll just come back in here, and I think I said all I wanted to say. Oop. I'm seeing a hair. Let me see now. It's here somewhere. I see it. Alrighty, so that's it. I hope you all have a great day, and I hope to be doing more videos soon. Bye-bye.